Hello world, hello world. Welcome back to my channel. Call me Biz. Philomena Cunk. Alright, so this is best Philomena Cunk moments. Look, I've been doing a lot of British comedy on this channel. Someone sent me this and said check her out. She's hilarious. So we're about to see what this is about. Look, if you enjoy this content, hit that subscribe button. Like the video if you like the video. Leave a comment. Let me know you were here, all right? No more ghost watching in 2024. If you ain't got nothing to say, just be like, I was here. That's love, all right? I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and watch.
Who are you?
I'm Ian Borden. I'm a professor of architecture at University College London.
What is a building?
A building is anything that anyone has built.
So my shoes are a building. How many three wise men were there?
Who knows?
Oh.
And I
don't understand bread sauce.
It's a great way of making a really savoury sauce.
Bread and sauce are two completely different things, aren't they?
Well, they are, but you can grind the bread down and then cook it in milk to make a really good sauce.
It just looks like sort of jizz. When Henry died, Edward became king, aged just 9 years old. Edward died aged 15, the youngest anyone had ever died of old age. When you teach a kid Shakespeare, do their heads grow physically bigger?
No.
It's comforting, isn't it, to realise we don't have nuclear weapons these days?
Well, it depends who you mean by we. The British have got nuclear weapons and have recently indeed decided to increase the number of warheads that they possess.
Yeah, but they're blanks, aren't they? They're full of blanks.
No, not at all. No. These are fully capable missile systems with nuclear warheads.
Like,
Many other states have them. I'm afraid that nuclear war and the threat of nuclear destruction remains very much with us.
All right, can we talk about something a bit more cheerful?
Anything you like.
That guy's face.
Do you like ABBA?
He's over
I love ABBA.
Yeah. When a feminist looks in the mirror, do they see an equal woman or a better woman?
Ooh, that's a good question.
They quite often, like all of us, look for what they want to see and they look for what they hope to see.
You see yourself back to front, don't you, in a mirror? But not upside down. Why is that?
Well, hopefully, because that's the way that mirrors are designed.
What power's a mirror? Sorry, you're not the mirrors expert, are you? And to add insult to injury, that money will most likely have a picture of a man on it, because most banknotes don't have women on them, apart from the Queen, who's on all of them. Maybe one day, human beings won't need buildings anymore. Although, for that to happen, we'd probably need to evolve skins made of bricks. And that might take at least another 30 years. Macbeth is startled at dinner by the unexpected appearance of Banquo's ghost, played here for some reason by the letter H.
Which of you have done this?
But what was so great about Henry VIII? Why is he the king we all still remember, unlike, say, Richard V? Well, for one thing, he was fat, so he takes up more room in the memory.
The Andromeda Galaxy is going to hit us.
The Andromeda Galaxy? A whole galaxy is going to hit us?
Yeah. On about the same time scale, actually.
So could we fall down a black hole?
Yeah, you could fall into one.
Is that the same? Because I heard that you could be, if, you know, this is one way that the world could end, is that we're all just sucked off through a hole. I mean, that must be terrible. Can you imagine what it would feel like to be sucked off through a hole?
Yeah.
Back in Queen Victorian times, women weren't allowed to vote, even though we had a female king. So some women formed a gang called the Suffragettes. 1 in 20 people has been a victim of crime, which means that 19 out of 20 people are criminals.
What the fuck?
No wonder we need police.
Yo, what?
Over the centuries, many things have been used as money, including amber, wheat, eggs, travellers' checks, feathers, book vouchers, lobsters, beads, gold, leather, nectar points, rice, peas, mugs and money. It was only the last of these that caught on. It's almost unbelievable that before Charles Darwin invented evolution in 1859, no one had ever evolved. Without him, none of us would be here today, except in the form of fossils or gibbons. This is the National Theatre.
Y'all believe
it's
in
designed
evolution?
to look so horrible that people are glad to be inside watching boring plays. Today, Britain stands at a fork in its crossroads, and its people are asking questions. Now we've got our country back. What actually is it? Who are we and why? You know when you read a word in a book and you sort of hear that word in your head, how do they get the sounds into the ink to make it play in your head?
Well,
she wrote, "The world to an end will come in 1881, a claim which has recently been debunked by experts through a careful process of looking around and seeing the world still here." Today, some people choose to turn the outside of their homes into a giant advent crown. A jolly house covered in electric lights may be expensive and use a lot of power, but it's the perfect way to cheer up a world worried about climate change and dwindling resources.
So
Queen
waste of
Elizabeth
time.
I got a crown screwed on here in Westminster Abbey. It was in this ship Drake became the first person to circumcise the globe, which is probably why this sort of ship is called a clipper. People genuinely believed witches were amongst them, their fear fueled by leaked photos like this. Did an explorer ever try to sail into the sky? You know, find a bit of sea that's
This
sort of
guy
going
again,
up and...
his face is hilarious.
No.
We're often told to feel sorry for those who are alone at Christmas, but these days that's all of us, and it's brilliant. Why did Nelson always have one hand up his jumper? What was he doing up there?
He'd lost most of his right arm, so...
The pagans celebrated the solstice by cutting down holly and ivy and dragging it into their homes, along with a giant Yule log which they'd set fire to. It sounds rubbish, but with no app store to speak of, killing trees and plants was as good as entertainment got, even at Christmas. Despite being the stuff of nightmares, Santa is the world's most popular home intruder. But at Christmas 1914, there was a brief ceasefire. The fighting stopped. Soldiers got out of their holes and joined together in a place called No Man's Land, showing that even at moments of peace, men will still divide into two sides and try to beat one another.
She's cool. Her style is kind of like that new chick, Bobby Altoff. Although it seems like she was before that. That type of dry sense of humor. But a lot of this stuff is out of context. So I guess you do like kind of like a history parody type show. I would love to see like a full episode of that show. It actually looks interesting. Yeah. Nah, the evolution thing, I don't believe in evolution because to me it doesn't make sense. Like it just doesn't make sense. But and I've seen a lot of documentaries where people actually debunk it. Like, you know, I don't believe we come from monkeys because they're still monkeys. A lot of this shit, bruh, like, I just don't believe it. They say, well, science could prove it. I don't think science have proven it yet. But, I may be wrong. It just don't make sense to me. But y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. And if there is evolution, I don't think it's for humans. I don't think we evolved from, let's not even talk about that. Look, but she's cool, man. She's cool. She's entertaining. A lot of those clips are very out of context, but you know, I could see why they would chop it up that way. You know, it's nothing that you need like a whole backstory for. It's just her asking the most basic, kind of stupid questions possible to experts. But you know what's crazy? A lot of times simplicity could stump an expert on something, you know, because for some reason our brains seem to think like for things to be facts, it needs to be complicating. You know, like when majority of the things in the world are very simple things, we just make it very complex. But anyways, I liked her. If y'all want to see more of her, let me know what's next in the comment section below. And I will see y'all in the next one. And guess what? You better be there. Peace.